Welcome to the most sanctioned country in the world. I am in Russia, a country that's been going through a lot the past few years. A few years ago, because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, many companies decided to leave the Russian market, a once very valuable market to many of these companies. Once they decided to leave, many homegrown Russian companies had to get in to fill in the gap. Now you have a lot of companies in Russia that resemble the previous companies that were once here, but they're fully owned by Russians now. Today we're going to visit a handful of places, and we're starting off with McDonald's, or as it goes by its new name, Kusno I Tochka. So we are starting off at the original location that was opened in 1990, which is right over here. So interesting history with McDonald's in Russia. It was actually opened with the help of McDonald's Canada, not McDonald's USA. And this is the original location. So the grand opening of McDonald's was attended by over 30,000 people. That's how excited they were to try this burger. As you can see right over here, there's some Soviet artwork right beside it with some fireworks in the background. It's very nice. What does that look like to you? To me, it looks like a Big Mac, but now they call it the Big Hit. So let's go give it a try. It's actually interesting because even though there's no M anymore, the logo still has the M. And I guess these are the toys that they're giving with the Happy Meals. Yeah, some astronauts. So this up here is McCafe, and then here's the actual restaurant. And this location, since it is the first location, is massive. Looks exactly like a McDonald's, but cleaner. So these are all the self-checkout machines. Let me see how many there are. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 self-checkout machines. But it's actually times 2 because it's on both sides. And then they have it in multiple languages. So for example, you could change it to English, Uzbek, Tajik, Russian, Chinese, and Kyrgyz. I'll give you guys the menu. So let's just say, for example, dine in. Here's how it looks. Very clean menu. So right now it's early in the morning, so they're serving breakfast. Let's see new items and specials. Olesia Ivanchenko combo, Yuri Stoyanov combo. I have no idea who those people are. If you know who those are, let me know. But we have a problem. Self-checkout only takes cards, and Visa and MasterCard are no longer accepted in Russia. So we have to pay cash at the kassa, the cashier. So it's a whole astronaut theme over here. They have the actual rockets, they have the astronauts, they have satellites, they have a bunch of stuff. It's actually pretty cool. Before I go to the cashier, look how big this place is. There's even a second floor. Oh wow, there's even a third floor. This place is massive. One thing I do have to say, it is extremely clean over here. Oh look, they have a menu over here too, in Chinese and English. Привет. Can I get the Yuri Stoyanov combo?
Не поняла, что есть. Какой комбо?
Combo, yeah, Yuri Stoyanov. Oh,
No.
no combo?
There is no combo because of breakfast. Yes, there is no combo because of
Oh, okay, I see.
breakfast after 10 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, could I get the egg and cheese muffin, this one? Is it good?
Yes.
Okay. Хорошо. Yeah, and
One pancake.
yeah, 1 pancake and Americano. Спасибо.
Американо, сироп, карамель, ваниль.
Nothing. Black.
С собой или here?
Here, с тобой.
377.
Which one?
Yes, сейчас.
You could take it. I trust you. Okay.
123.
Спасибо.
Выдача вот там.
Okay, thank you. So I got pancakes, I got a omelet sandwich, and an Americano for 377 Russian rubles.
43.
This one? Спасибо. Let's see what's up here. Wow, this place is massive. So this is the McCafe area. I did not realize how big this location is. And then there's even an upper floor right over there. But we'll sit over here. We got the egg sandwich, we got Russian pancakes, and we got an Americano. Let's dig into this. That slaps. Wow. Russia actually has great food. and great fast food in comparison to other countries because their restrictions on what ingredients you could use are out of this world. Okay, don't quote me on the percentage, but easily I would say 50 to 70% of the ingredients that are used in USA, for example, you can't use them here in Russia. The egg in this tastes so good. For example, in Canada, when you taste the egg, it almost feels stiff in a way. Where over here, it's literally like an egg. Like, see? I just ripped it off so easily. Almost like the way you cook an egg at home. Where in Canada, the egg almost feels like a patty in a way. Like it's all stuck together. I don't know if I explained that right, but I think you know what I mean. Cheese is good, the bread is good, tastes very fresh. Easy, 9 out of 10. All right, next up, let's try these Russian pancakes. So these pancakes are everywhere in Russia. Most people make them at home. So it's gonna be very hard to beat the homemade ones because Russians know how to make their pancakes. A lot of times they'll put cottage cheese in between it, where, for example, in Canada, we put maple syrup all over it. I think this might just be a plain one. Let me give it a taste. Yeah, it's plain. Maybe there was an option to get cottage cheese or some syrup, and I didn't know. But this is just a plain pancake. It just tastes like a plain pancake. It is a good pancake, but it's plain. If I'm reading this right, $142,000 per month is the pay over here. That's around 2,000 US dollars a month. That's not bad. Let me show you guys the McCafe section before we leave. So it's just a coffee shop section. They just separated it from the actual food area. And then these are all their cakes, which look really good. Look at these, wow. They have all different types of cheesecakes, croissants, they have everything. But it looks really good for McCafe, to be honest. Look at these cakes. Okay, let's head back outside to the next destination. One thing that was good, part of the deal, they agreed to keep over 62,000 staff from the original McDonald's. What's interesting about the deal is that McDonald's, when they did the sale, they included a 15-year buyback option, which means they're planning on coming back one day. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but one day they're planning on coming back. Price of the sale was never disclosed, but it's assumed that it was a major discount because once it happened, McDonald's wrote off, I think it was like $1.4 billion. Right around the time that the deal happened, they wrote it off as a loss. So whoever bought this struck gold. So next stop, we're gonna go grab some donuts at the old Krispy Kreme, which is now Crunchy Dream. It's opening up in 5 minutes. We'll go in 10 minutes. I don't want to be that weird guy knocking on the door the first minute they open. Funny story, I remember when Krispy Kreme first opened up in my town, the lineup wrapped around the building 3 or 4 times. They had a $1 special on all their donuts. I remember it just wrapping around the building. And then after a few years, I don't know what happened. Not sure if Health Canada got involved or what happened because it was still busy. It randomly shut down and it turned into a Panera Bread, which for those of you that don't know is basically like a retirement home. If they have the original glazed donut. It's okay, music is good. The music is good, don't worry. Can I have one of these donuts? So they even have the original Krispy Kreme donuts. Everything looks the exact same. You know what's interesting about this one? It looks like somebody bit it. Spasibo. Yeah, it looks the exact same. All the same donuts. Cash. How much, my friend? Oh, I'll see you right here. Okay, 150 rubles. Thank you, my friend. Bye-bye. It's okay if I sit down here? That's okay? Okay. So all the exact same donuts, they just changed it from Krispy Kreme to Crunchy Dream. Sort of sounds similar, actually. Let's see if the donut tastes the same. So it looks the same. The texture is the same. Let's see if it tastes the same. It tastes the exact same. Wow. Wow. It's like crack. This is the best donut ever. Wow, they got it to taste the exact same. Oh my god. It even breaks apart the exact same way as Krispy Kreme donuts. Wow. But you can only have one of these. Any more? Diabetes. Spasibo. Paka paka. Bye bye. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Why? One, because that's my favorite donut in the world, the Krispy Kreme glazed donut. My number one donut. Two, they got it on point. It doesn't feel off at all. If you close my eyes and told me, guess what donut you're eating, I'll tell you I'm eating that Krispy Kreme donut. That's how similar it is. And next, let's go get some chicken, some KFC chicken. Well, formerly KFC. So with this one, it's actually very interesting because it's a full circle moment. So Rostix is the original brand that was one of the main chicken places back in the day. And then when KFC came in the market, they bought out Rostix. And then after 2022, when KFC decided to leave, Rostix took over all the KFC locations and came back to the Russian market. And it was a pretty big deal because I believe there are over 1,000 locations all around Russia. So it was a massive transaction, but the price was never disclosed. Nobody really knows how much KFC sold to Rostix. Look at how beautiful this mall is. And I'm not sure what's up with these mandarins or oranges. I'm not sure what they are, but they're hanging everywhere. There's a few of them. It was interesting to me, Burger King, they never left the market. Everyone left, but they're one of the only ones that actually stayed. I'm not sure what the story is behind that. I see Rostix right over there. The logo actually looks almost the exact same. Okay, so that was 734 Russian rubles. I'll put the conversion for you somewhere on the screen as usual. Let's try out these fries. Okay, they're good, they're good. Not the highest grade of fries, but they're good. They're just regular fast food fries. Now let's try these nuggets. The color looks very light. You know what? The chicken tastes very fresh. I've mentioned this before about other fast food places in Russia. The meat tastes way fresher than our meat. For example, it doesn't taste like processed chicken where it's very stiff and very hard, the chicken at fast food places. Over here, it's very soft. The meat, you could just rip it apart. Is this a plastic straw? Yes. Let's go. Russia 2026, plastic straws. So this is their own cola. It's called, how do you pronounce that? Everves. That's the new Coca-Cola brand over here. Tastes the exact same. No difference at all. Oh man, this chicken sandwich, you won't believe it. It looks like a gourmet chicken sandwich. Look at the bun. Look at this bun. Wow, it looks so good. All right, let's taste it. That is spicy, wow. She asked me if I wanted spicy and I said yeah. I didn't know it'd be this spicy. So besides the chicken, you have cheese, you have some mayonnaise, some lettuce, and some pickles. So I do have to say, the main problem that I have with this chicken sandwich is that the cheese wasn't melted. That's my biggest pet peeve. If I'm getting a sandwich with cheese, I want the cheese to be melted. KFC, could you start normalizing giving these out when people order a meal? It's called a wet nap. It'll probably cost you an extra penny or two to give to each one of your customers, but it is so damn useful after a combo. Now we're gonna head to your girlfriend's favorite coffee shop, Starbucks, which is now known as Star's Coffee. But the story about this one is the most interesting one to me because it almost sounds too good to be true. So what happened, Starbucks had 130 locations here in Russia. Guess how much they sold it for? 130 locations with all the staff, so 2,000 employees fully trained, and everything that comes inside the Starbucks store. So all the equipment, all the furniture, everything. Guess how much? $6 million US. I'm not talking about $6 million US for one location, for all 130 locations. So a rapper teamed up with the restaurateur and they purchased it together. And if you ask me, that has to be the deal of a lifetime. Those two hit the jackpot. Just in 2021 alone, Starbucks Russia's revenue was $60 million US. These guys bought every single Starbucks location in the country for $6 million. It is unbelievable. They renamed it to Stars Coffee, and the branding is basically a traditional Russian girl. She's wearing the hat. I don't know what it's called, but I'll show you over here. She's wearing this traditional Russian hat. Somebody tell me what it's called. And everything else is almost the same. All the same snacks, all the same sugary drinks. They have cake pops, they have the mugs, they have everything. It's just all labeled in the Stars Coffee now. Even the sign still looks pretty much the same. Look at this. It's the same font. So here's the menu, and they have a lot of the same stuff. Flat whites and Bumble coffee, matcha tonic, hot chocolate, matcha this, matcha that, chai tea latte. And then this is how all the drinks look now. Looks very similar. And here's all the merchandise. They're even selling their own coffee pots. And here are their mugs. Stars Coffee. They even sell packaged coffee beans. Really cool. This part looks exactly like Starbucks. Doesn't look like much changed. Just a few items that you wouldn't see at your typical Starbucks. But everything else looks the exact same. Hello, my friend. Can I have one flat white?
Yeah. Anything else, maybe?
That's all. Thank you.
On regular milk and like black coffee.
Yeah, regular. How much is it?
Your total is 405 rubles.
405 here.
Yeah. What name should I put like?
Kurosh. Kurosh.
Like
I guess, yeah. No, put it in Cyrillic. Put it in Cyrillic. Thank you.
I'm sorry, you have like 5 rubles maybe.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
Thank you.
One second. That's like 80 and you're like... I forgot what it's called like.
It's okay, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Everything looks the exact same. Even these coffee machines look the exact same. Let's see if my drink is ready. Yes, right over there. Very good flat white. Tasted just like Starbucks. If not, to be honest, maybe it's even a little bit better than Starbucks. Okay, so I felt bad only having breakfast at McDonald's, so I came back to get one sandwich. So I'm here at the airport right now, and I said, you know what? Let me try the new Big Mac that they have over here. It's called the Big Hit. I didn't get the combo because I can't eat anymore. I'm done for today. This is the last thing I'm eating. So far, everything you've seen in this video, I've ate today, and it's only 5 p.m. I'm done. After this burger, I'm done till tomorrow. So it looks exactly like a Big Mac. It's called the Big Hit. And this is how it looks. It tastes exactly the same. The sauce, nothing has changed. Look at the inside. Sorry, it's hard to hold this with one hand. It looks exactly the same. The texture of the patty is exactly the same too. I don't even know what to rate this. It's the exact same as the Big Mac. They must have got the same recipe for the mac sauce because it's 1 for 1. No difference whatsoever. So I would say Kusno Itoshka. Kusno Itoshka, am I saying that right? I would say it's fantastic. It's probably the best fast food that I've had today. The quality tastes good, and honestly, it's way better than McDonald's. Let me know what you guys thought about today's video and what surprised you most. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye from Moscow, Russia.